The Commonwealth of Bees is a very simple and at the same time a very inspiring poem written by the greatest poet and dramatist of all times, William Shakespeare. In this poem, the poet draws a comparison between the honeybees, their way of life, and how we can learn lessons from the honeybees. This wonderful poem shows the great power of observation of William Shakespeare, who is considered the nature's poet. William Shakespeare was born in 1564 and he died in 1616. He has written 37 plays, 2 long poems, and 154 sonnets. And these dramas and poems have made him immortal. This is William Shakespeare. He was born in 1564 and he died in 1616. Altogether, he has written 37 plays, 2 long poems, Rape of Lucrece and Venus and Adonis, and 154 sonnets. These plays and sonnets have made him immortal. Let us have a look at the poem. The Commonwealth of Bees by William Shakespeare. For government though high and low and lower, put into pots that keep in one consent, congregating in a full and natural close like music. What he says is, government, whether it is of high level or low level, agrees on certain things. The government puts into pots that keep in one consent by agreement. Consent here means agreement, congregating in a full and natural close like music. So here the government divides people and gives them certain functions. Rather than having an anarchy kind of situation, the government gives its citizens certain responsibilities to fulfill so that life can go on smoothly. Rather than there being confusion, there will be some kind of order. Therefore, that heaven divide, heaven means God. Therefore, that heaven divide the state of man in diverse functions. Not only governments, God Himself has given different functions to different people. Setting endeavor in continual motion. Continual means continuing with stops here and there. Setting endeavor in continual motion. The motion, the progress, the development must not halt, must not slow down, must not come to a grinning halt. It has to go on continuously. To which is fixed as an aim or but obedience. So obedience is the key. Obedience towards the responsibility that is vested in you, the responsibility that is put in you. You must be obedient to that. For so work the honeybees. And the best example for this can be had from the honeybees. One must be loyal, one must be responsible towards one's duty, and this particular lesson can be best learned from the honeybees. For so work the honeybees, creatures that by rule in nature teach the art of order to a people kingdom. See, we see hundreds of thousands of honeybees, and these honeybees inspire us towards working in an orderly manner. These honeybees teaches the art of order to a peopled kingdom. The kingdom will have hundreds of thousands of people, and these people sometimes tend to be anarchic. Nobody will listen to anybody. Everyone will be poking his nose in other people's affairs. So, as a result, there will be confusion. So, Shakespeare says that this peopled kingdom, this particular kingdom, can take a clue from the honeybees and progress in a systematic manner. The honeybees were some like magistrates correct at home. Magistrates or judges. Honeybees divide themselves in different strata, different hierarchies. Some like magistrates correct at home. There are quite a few honeybees which act like magistrates or judges, and their duty is putting home in order. Correct at home. Others like merchants venture trade abroad. Some of the honeybees they take the role of merchants and they go here and there as though they were merchants. Just as merchants go to different places to carry out their business, so do some honeybees. Others, like soldiers, armed in their stings, make boot upon the summer's velvet birds. Others take the role of soldiers, and these honeybees, they, making use of their stings, go and land on the velvet birds of the summer, and they take away all the honey that is there in the buds and flowers, and they bring this particular loot. Pillage means loot. These honeybees, which are acting like soldiers, go in search of honey. They land themselves on different flowers and birds. They squeeze the honey or nectar that is there in the birds and flowers, and they bring this particular honey or nectar happily to the home. That is, honeybees, for a commoner, honeybees appear to be just insects living a disorderly life. But for a man like Shakespeare, it was almost like a good society where some were acting like judges, some others were acting like merchants, some were like soldiers, doing their duty with utmost attention. So Shakespeare tells us that we have to look at the honeybees and learn the lesson of obedience towards our work from the way honeybees live. Some honeybees, that is the honeybees that are working as soldiers, they go, they take away honey and they collect the honey and bring to the tent royal of their emperor. That is, after having collected the honey, they don't preserve for themselves. They simply bring and give to the emperor, who, busied in his majesty, surveys the singing masons building roofs of gold. And the emperor, after completing his work, comes and surveys the singing masons building roofs of gold. The masons, some of the honeybees are acting like masons, that is, they are builders and they are building roofs of gold. Gold here refers to not the original gold but honey, which is almost like gold in color. The civil citizens needing up the honey, some of the citizens are needing up the honey, that is, they are processing honey. The poor mechanic porters crowding in, their heavy burdens at his narrow gate. Some other honeybees are like porters. Porters are carriers. They are carrying the burden of honey on their back. They are carrying all the honey to the gates of the beehive. The sad-eyed justice, with his surly hum, delivering over to executor's pale the lazy, yawning drone. And finally, there is the justice, that is the judge, with his surly hum, delivering over to executor's pale the lazy, yawning drone. Finally, we have the judge who is passing The lazy yawning drone. Drone is lazy person who does not do any work to be sentenced to death. That is, lazy people have no place in the society of honeybees. So, in this particular poem, making use of simple words and expressions, William Shakespeare tells us the need for order to be there in society. Different people have to do different works. We should not feel like this is great work and this is lowly work. All works are equal. The greatest sin is to be lazy. Laziness has no place in society. Thank you.